What's up, everybody? Just wanted to upload this video. Basically, me versus a Terran, or me versus a Zerg. He's over there, I'm over here. This is a random guy, nice guy, so this isn't like in spite of anything, which generally I do. Anyways, this is more a biocomposition against what's it called? A Zerg. And basically, a lot of people complain about Zerg's power, and basically I want to just show you that constant aggression is like really good, unless you're Protoss, of course, because if your army dies you pretty much lose the game, so you can't so much do that. You have to wait until your army is to the point where your army won't lose, but if your army loses, you lose the game. Whereas a Terran, you can throw an army and you got to do damage, but they're gonna die. Whereas a Zerg, they can run in and you can do or lose a lot of units, do a little damage, and you're fine. So those are the mechanical differences. Whereas Terran, you can lose a bunch, but you're gonna do a bunch. As a Zerg, you can lose a bunch and not do much, and you can still have another wave come in and then finish the job. Kind of like League of Legends, how you have somebody run in and clean up, the fight afterwards. Whereas Protoss, they go in there and they kill everything while they die doing it. So basically, I bring that up because I was watching Idra today, and he was raging about how strong a Protoss army is, and he just sits back and builds up and builds up and builds up, and his army can't do what it used to do. And that was in Wings of Liberty, where you just sit there and build up and have a Broodlord composition that nothing could ever beat. So now he's crying that Protoss is the new Zerg, where they can just sit there and build up all day, but that's not the case here. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys, because I play random now, basically. Protoss is my main still, but I play random because I love all the races. We'll just go ahead and start the match. We're going to do it faster. Go into my vision. I'm already there, okay. And just, go faster times 4 just as things speeds up. But we're just talking, a little banter here and there, but it's standard. He's a Zerg. You get the scouting situation going off. I'm going to wall off or whatever. But I don't believe in that early expanding BS that a lot of meta people do. And if you do it against me, you're going to lose for it. And I'm just trying to perfect that consequence is all. And through all the races, I am actually getting there. And you being you expanding too early turns into a late game. I have more expansions than you. Basically, is what it's going to come out to. So that's why I don't do it. Here I have 2 racks. Is the only reason why I catch this. And losing that one early Overlord is very harsh. Very, very harsh. So now he's supply capped. He has to wait for an Overlord. And there it is. It doesn't seem like much, but now he's an Overlord behind, So, anyways, that's just one of those things. But, as you can see, I have 2 barracks. Barracksai. Supply depot over there. Just kind of playing pretty safe, just in case. Because I didn't see the expansion right away, that was just me being bad for whatever the reason. I put that there just to make sure no knife shows up or whatever, Playing safe, praying precautious. Okay, so here, what I seen here was the Banelings. So what I've learned, and not so much like, oh, I watch pros, but Marauders absorb Banelings very freaking well, and most people, they get the amount they need to kill a supply depot, and then they, maybe up by 2 to 3, and then they attack with a bunch of Zerglings. So what I do, which I suggest everybody does, is I put my Marauders out front, because they're supposed to tank damage anyways. So I have them, if I see Banelings run up, I'll run these guys out in front, so they absorb the hits, and then the AoE doesn't touch these, and now they have more Banelings bust on these, but they get shot down by, more Marauders as they pop out, or Marines as they run up. So that's the idea there, right? And that's freaking solid. And as you can see, I'm I'm teching a little bit, getting my upgrades, and then I'm getting a command center, completely safe. The thing that's nice about that is this guy is completely oblivious to that. He has no idea that this is happening, and he can send scouts or whatever. But I have Zerglings. Yes, I have Zerglings here, and they can run up and kill it. And they might see this, but that's just the point. And like a lot of people don't understand that not everybody's a pro, and they don't see like, oh, I can just run up here. Oh, it's only three Marines. I'm gonna fly up there anyways. They're like, oh shit, I'm gonna run away, and then they'll never know. Anyways, so I'm just gonna move on now. I think that's a factory. Yeah. So basically, I've been favoring 2-1-1. I don't know what I do with this game, but I've been favoring 2-1-1 basically, and then I expand off of that. Supply depots, and I see. I'm like, okay, they're drones. That's when I'm like, all right, I'm going, because they were drones. They weren't units or anything. So I'm like, I'm going. Do some damage if I can. One Zergling slows me down a little bit, not much. And good control by him. Kind of good. He loses a lot of banelings there, so we go to lost. I lost a lot more. Not really a lot more, but I lost a little bit more. But now he has to make units. You know what I mean? So now he's not going to have that big of a lead. Like, what is it, 10 minutes in? Yeah, he's only, what, 8 workers ahead of me? That's not very much. So that's kind of the focus here. So I go and wall off the front, put my units there. I'm trying to get him to spend his, and I messed that up. Worked out, I guess. I'm trying to get him to spend his money on not drones, basically, is what I'm throwing units into right now. And so there goes the overseer. Starport, so 2-1-1, 2-1-2, 4, whatever. So a bunch of I didn't see this coming. Banelings run in. That really screwed me up. I was like, gotta get this up, gotta get this up, gotta get this up. Boop. Turn a few, what's it called, SCVs around. Have them just tanking, you know, whatever. I land the Viking because it's still DPS. Yeah, and he's not gonna break through this, basically. And here comes more, of course. I lift that off. And he's still not going to break through this. Because there's a lot of DPS here. And like I said, the Marauders absorbed a lot of the banelings. I'm like, oh crap, freaking Mutalisks. That's fine, whatever. I respond. You know, I'm keeping an eye on the front too. My control sucks here. I'm not very warmed up at all. But being that I'm Terran, I can go in. Okay. One argument I have is financial responsibility. Terran has almost no financial responsibility. When they're in a money crisis, they go and throw down mules. And they can go, you know, God knows how long without an income. Whereas other races, they actually need to work on their income. You know, so as a Terran player, like in this game, my income isn't very good, but I could throw mules down and I can pay for the units that I need to, you know, produce or whatever, because I'm busy doing other things, so I can, you know, I could micro and macro, but hardly macro is required. Hardly any macro is required. Go and wall that off again. He happens to swoop up, and this is getting irritating. As long as I kill 1 or 2, it's fine, though. I know that. So I'm going to throw a few turrets down because I got mules. Why not? You know, don't need to spend any money on SCVs. Checking for a third. Don't see it. So I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. You know, keep my head in the game. Here comes the banelings again. I run behind the Marauders and I'm fine. In fact, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that again. This is how simple it is to really survive through the counter. And you can say that he didn't handle whatever, or, you know, whatever, but the fact is we both aren't exactly doing very well. So here come the banelings. Stim! I think my Marines just killed up most of it. So, as you can see, he actually ran his, what are they called, banelings up. If I didn't move those Marines, I would have lost a lot more Marines there. But because they killed so many of them by themselves, and then I moved them up at the very end, a lot lived. So that wasn't just all autoplay there. That was still partial to me and him. So on a pro level, in both trade scenarios, it would have been probably around the same, I think, personally. Anyways, so the turrets are up, the income is there. Putting more turrets because he has mutas, and I need to stop the mutas essentially, and I need to still be aggressive. So here comes another attack. I see banelings. I move the Marauders up front. Marine DPS, split those bad boys up, and I just keep walking up. And you know, whatever happens, happens. There's mutas in my base, but I have turrets now. You know, and that's the whole point. It's because he has to deal with the turrets, and I can just repair them forever. And while that's all going on, I'm constantly pushing in like, okay, they're not. Nope, no, that sucked. I thought they weren't going to finish for a bit. But fortunately, I did save all my workers, well, most of my workers, turrets, lovely thing. And again, I don't have very much income, but I can just throw mules down and I'm fine. I can put all my production into production, and I'm completely fine. So, yeah, we're continuing. I think I end up going for a third at this point. But the point is, I'm constantly attacking, and I'm making sure that this Zerg does not have a chance to go and macro up, because I'm constantly poking and prodding. See, like he's trying to get a base, and I'm just denying him. And he expanded before I did, but now I'm going for a third, which he stopped with. I think I ended up just sending my worker down there, and I didn't finish. I don't know what happened there, but it wasn't necessary. Either way, it was not necessary. And I'm fucking rich with no income, and GG, well played, and then he leaves. So basically, in the long story is I expanded after he did, but the long result was I had and was gonna have more income, or more bases than he was, or he would have had. And it's all through mules, because while I'm fighting, I come back and throw 4 mules down. That's chunky change, you know what I mean? And then while that's going on, I have my SCVs at home doing their thing. So it's not just mules, it's SCVs and mules. So when I need a sudden burst of income, there it is. If I need a sudden burst of vision, there it is. So that's basically me using everything I have to my advantage. And again, the Marauders absorbed a lot of that. And then I didn't get a chance to do as much mech as I would like to, because basically for me, I believe you're supposed to start bio and then go into mech, and it works out from there, and then you trickle in the air or whatever. But that's where it kind of varies. You never ever want to have a set plan. I'm going to be uploading another video about a set plan, and it's going to be with Bruce Lee involved. So I feel I am the Bruce Lee of video games. Now, I'm not as good as he was in martial arts as me in video games. Like, compared the two, and that's not me, not yet. But I'm going to put the training in, and I'm going to get there. And the point is, he's very fluid, and his belief, which is in a video I'm going to be basically going over, is the fact that you never want to have a set in stone kind of guidance of play. You always want to be reactive. It's never to the point where you should have 3 bases at this point. You never do this, you never do that. And that's something I've been saying forever, but now I have proof to back it up, to prove that Day 9 and all those people are wrong when they say to get structure to the point where it's exact. And for me, I never played by the letter, and there's a reason for this. And Bruce Lee and all of his trainers and people he trained and whatever, they go back and they really present it. So check it out in my next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm going to be uploading one more video with the TvZ, and it's going to show you the trickle of mech, and it's basically responding to what the player is doing. Anyways, take it easy, have a good one, peace out.